Welcome to the game that made me start the Atari ST Memories series. Unfortunately, this version of the game has a cracker stuff, which unfortunately I can skip with one, which I will immediately do, cause Jesus Christ. But, yeah, this is Mortville Manor. This is a game I played as a kid, with the French version. The only English version I could find of this is cracked by these guys, which, I mean, I'm not sure how they messed this up, because the French version I had did not have so many problems, and it was also one disc. But we're gonna have a disclaimer when starting Mort.prg, which is basically dead.prg, which tell us that they had to give us seizure to make this work on one disc, but I don't understand why, cause the version I had as a kid did not have this problem, and it was also on one disc. But whatever. I mean, there's a few interesting things about this game. Unfortunately, it takes a while to load here because of all the cracker stuff. But basically, once we start here, we have the credits already. And we have a simple button that says your move. The main interesting thing in this game is its use of voices for the characters. So it's pretty important to actually listen to what they're saying. So let's listen to the voice of our main character. After some more loading, of course.
February 1951. Profession, private eye. The cold was freezing Paris and my business. When? A letter. Julia. Now an old woman. So many memories among the sadly tattered rooms of Mortville Manor.
So yeah, voices. The adventure awaits. So we set off with more cracker stuff. This is pretty weird for me because I usually play this game in French, so hearing this in English is actually pretty surprising. But yeah, in this case they've already cracked this, so even normally this is 2 discs, it's all in one here. I just need to click OK here. Unfortunately, this is not the correct music playing because it's a bit glitched due to the fact that it's running on one disc. Usually the music is pretty longer than this, so maybe I'll showcase this a little bit after this. But what we want now is to actually start the game, which I believe will mean more cracker loading. Yup, certainly will. But yeah, basically we're gonna be in control of Jérôme Lange, which is our main character. We are a private eye, so we're basically a detective that does things private. Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Why the hell did I say that? Anyways, we actually start in front of the manor here. Now, there's a few important things to mention about this game. There are a ton of ways to actually kill yourself, or just die. We actually start with a pistol. So let me immediately showcase a death. If you try to go south, east, or west, well, you'll see what happens. Every time you move to a new location, you will have some music cues to tell you that you've moved. even if you move in those directions, you still have the options to actually go back to not die. Let's do the stupid thing and go further. And if we go even further, we die! The snow covers your footprints. A wall of silence falls heavily upon your shoulders. Slowly, you succumb to frostbite. This is only one of the many deaths you can have in this game. So we actually have the option to restart the game. There is no save feature in this game, so everything you need to do in the game, you need to do in one sitting. So we have the manor, there's also the back of the manor, and there's a chapel. We don't really need to check any of these. Let's just go inside. And we're gonna be met with the butler of the house. I should say manor, but you know what I mean. This is... oh, sorry, the servant. Max the servant welcomes you and shows you to your room.
Jerome, it's been a long time. What sad news? Julia is dead. Her family is here. Guy, her son, and Eva, her daughter-in-law. Leo, of course, her husband. Her stepson, Pat. The cousins, Bob, Ida, Luke. The storm is getting worse. You must stay. The meals are served at midday and 7 p.m. There is a meditation in the chapel every morning at 10.
So yeah, this basically just explained us the things about this game. When the meals are and when the meeting at the chapel is. I don't think for this first day it really matters, but basically when you're investigating, you have to try to remain kind of discreet. There's actually a way to completely bypass the whole story and just go for the ending. I'm not gonna be showing this here. I'm just basically gonna be showcasing a few of the game, a bit of the game here. One thing I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna take my pistol here, and now there's a few options you can do. I want to do the options here. I believe desk is just gonna show you the credits here. Now the inv is basically your inventory. What's in the gray part here means this is what you have equipped right now. Move, it will basically give you some places that, some main places where you can move to. Self will actually do things with objects that you have on yourself. Now act will actually do some actions on objects around you. There's some exception. If you use sleep, you automatically go back to this room here, which is basically your room for your time at the manor, and you sleep for an hour. If you use the wait command, you wait for 30 minutes. And DIS is basically discussion, which will let you discuss with the other people that are currently living in the manor. There are 8 people here, and they have many hints about the what happened here, and there are some secrets that you need to find. They're not easy to find though, but yeah, I basically put the pistol on me. What I'm gonna do is I am going to open this cupboard here, and I'm gonna put the pistol in here, cause we don't need the pistol yet. Actually, I don't think you actually need the pistol for anything, but we're gonna close it back. This is very important, by the way. Whatever you open to explore or investigate, you have to close back afterwards, cause you can die in many ways, but there's also ways to get kicked out of the manor, And one of the main ways to be kicked out of the manor is leaving traces of your investigation, like leaving cupboards open, where basically the servant will find you and he will say, fuck off, basically. You don't want that to happen. Other deaths that can happen is, non-standard game overs that can happen. If you get to the morning of the third day, the snowstorm basically clears up and you're being told that you can basically leave now. And that's it. The game is over at that point because you ran out of time. Other than that, there's a few ways to die, as I mentioned. There's actually a way to die during the ending part of the game, but we won't be showcasing this here. Now, for now, let's go to the alley here. Let's just use the leave option. Fortunately, we still have to deal with the cracker screen. Sorry, no door to door. But right now, we're not sure what we're looking for. So, let's go to the cellar real quick, which I believe is actually the basement. This is indeed the basement. Right, we have nothing in hand. We actually want to look here. There are some engravings here. These are actually important for the ending parts of this. There are... You could hear a pin drop. Huh, that's interesting. I mean, as I said, I'm used to this game being in French, so some of the options I need to get used to. Believe we're in the lounge right now, and there's actually two people here. So let's talk to Bob. Superman.
What for?
So at this point, we can actually ask a few questions. There are a few things that you can ask about. In this case, we'll ask about Julia.
It is always the best that goes first.
Indeed it is. One interesting thing is, once you have asked about something, it will be highlighted like this. So you don't have to ask again.
She died from embolism of the lungs.
What?
She died from embolism of the lungs.
Oh, okay, that's not good. Shit. Okay. So...
No, not that I know.
So Bob did not receive a message from Julia. Now when
I
did...
believe that her whole fortune came from Leo. So there.
Right. Now the main thing is that you should not be asking too many questions at once, because if you do, at some point they will say something that will repeat itself.
Her last gift surprised me. Her last gift surprised me.
Unfortunately, he's not mentioning what... Oh, we can actually ask him.
You are too curious.
Okay, this is the message that they will end up saying if you ask too many questions.
You are too curious.
They will tell you that you're too curious. In a case like this, if you try to ask a question, you should click on it again, just so it's no longer highlighted. Let's just close the conversation for now. And why not? Let's talk to someone else here. I'm actually kind of curious what they did for the female voices. So, if she's still there, we're gonna be talking with Ida. I could also be... Actually, I mean, I could. But I'm gonna talk to Ida. So yeah, this is another one of the characters.
On what subject?
Okay, that's pretty okay. Let's ask her about the gifts.
Well, yes, of course. I had a present. Like everyone, I believe.
So apparently everyone got a present from Julia. Now, what did she do?
I was very happy that she offered me her leather-bound Bible.
Apparently, Ida received a Bible from Julia. Now, I mean, let's ask about Guy, if she's aware.
He must no doubt make a great effort to stay pleasant despite all his troubles.
Did you receive a message?
No, not that I know.
Oh well. Okay, let's just end the conversation here before she tells us that we're too curious. Usually the lounge is pretty much one of the best places to speak with the characters, because at any times most of them will be coming in and out of here. Unfortunately, Leo left, so let's go talk to Eva. A pretty picture.
I'm at your service.
Of course you are. So yeah, once again we can ask a few questions here. So let's ask her about Leo's occupations.
He's a fanatic of history and an inveterate gambler. On the other hand, a year ago, he won a great deal of money.
So apparently Leo won lots of money a year ago. If you see the ending to this game, you know how he actually got that. But let's ask a little more, like, for Julia's relationships.
Apart from her family, not a great number.
She doesn't know anything about that. Let's see. Did you get any gifts?
Well, yes, of course. I had a present. Like everyone, I believe.
Okay. She says the same thing as Ida did.
Her last gift surprised me.
Unfortunately, she's not mentioning about that, so... Let's see, your relation.
At the moment I get on quite well with everybody, but here I'm not going to dwell on the subject.
Alright. Okay, I believe if we ask something else, she's just gonna tell us that we're too curious, so let's just move on. Now, I'd actually like to talk to Leo, so what is the landing? Oh, okay. That's actually exactly where I want it to be. Now the thing is, right now we're actually alone. So what I'm gonna do is, the first two rooms here, one of them is actually Julia's room, and the other one is Leo's room. So we're gonna go to what I believe is Leo's room. And we're gonna knock on the door and see if he's there. Actually, there's Bob there. But we already spoke to him. So let's knock on the door. There's no reply. But there is someone else here, so let's not even try to go inside. there's quite a lot that you can do with this game. I'm probably not gonna be able to showcase everything, cause if you play this game legitimately and trying to find all the hints and everything, you can stay put on this game for quite a while. There's actually no reply here. I think this is the toilet. Let's just go in. The mystery behind the closed door. Oh shit, this is actually not what I was looking for. Let's actually leave. This is not a room we need to be in. Although I think there, if you go in other guests' room, you can actually find some decent stuff. So I'm pretty much showcase all I wanted, but I really would like to speak with Leo, because the thing with Leo is that he's pretty much the headmaster of the home. But to actually see him, I will have to... Okay, let's try to go to the kitchen. I'm apparently alone in the kitchen, so let's go. Oh shit, actually Leo was there. Dang it. Well, let's try going back to the kitchen again and see if Leo is gonna be there. A good way actually to make a character spawn is to actually wait in an area that normally they could be there. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Leo is popping up again, so I'm gonna go back once again to the dining route and we're gonna use the wait option. Now the thing is, whenever you're exploring into other guests' room, it is quite possible to get caught, and when you do get caught, they will ask, "What the hell are you doing here?" Okay, well, unfortunately, Leo did not show up. Oh, everyone is here. Ah, that's right, cause we're at noon, so actually it's time to eat. So, since we've eaten now, let's speak to Leo. This is one of the rare occasions where you can actually find all characters at the same place. Either when it's lunchtime or when it's time to go to the mini church. But yeah, Leo is the master of the premise.
I'm listening.
Sure he is. Anyways, let's ask a few of the things that we saw.
This time you have uncovered the sun. This time you have uncovered the sun.
Not sure what that means.
That's how the ancients called the mountain range which lies at the foot of the manor. No, nothing.
Sure, I totally believe you.
I loved her as much as she loved me, I believe.
Final actions.
You are too curious.
Oh, actually Leo is telling me that after 4. Some of the characters will tell you that you're too curious after less actions. So in this case, I was told I was too curious pretty quickly. Now, I might as well showcase one of the other deaths that you can get in this game. Because to get all the hints of what you actually need, one of the things you can actually do is there is a well at the back of the manor which we're gonna be showcasing now. I first need to go back to the landing. Now there are two dark spots at the back. The one on the left there leads to the cellar. We actually want to go to the attic. And hopefully I can find what I need pretty quickly. Now, at the same time I can pretty much showcase this, we're actually gonna be putting our nose where it doesn't belong. So let's open this. Apparently there's papers here. And we wanna search. Notice I'm on other things. A picture. This is actually a picture that we would like to know more about for the story. But right now, that person is actually pretty relevant to the story. But we're not gonna go there. There's a Bible here too. And there's an old book, which you could technically read. And there's quite a bit of lore if you do. But what I was looking for is not actually here, so as I mentioned, let's close this. And let's open this one. Oh my, what the hell is going on? Let's actually search in this this drawer there. This is what I wanted. I want this rope. That's pretty much all I need here. We don't need this flute. Let's just stop. You can actually prematurely stop looking at stuff with the stop option there. And as usual, let's close this drawer. And let's go outside. Actually in the afternoon now in the game. Now what we want to do is go behind the manor. And this well, this is actually, oh wow, what a spelling error. To the wheel. Let's go to the wheel. Feeling well? You look a little pale. Well, now that we have the rope equipped, we actually want to attach it to this thing. And with that, we can go in the wheel. The road down to hell. Now normally this is actually required to figure out the game, because there are a few symbols here. Some of them we've actually seen before, but let's just do, you can actually just throw yourself in the water, which, as you might have guessed, will kill you. Let's just try to search here. The water is rising fast, freezing your last illusions. Before you have time to react, you are dead. So yeah, don't try to search in a well when you're just hanging from a rope. That's not a good idea. Then again, considering what actually happened during the story, apparently someone actually succeeded in doing that. But let's not dwell on this. Let's actually use the no option. Well, we're already on disc 1, so we don't need to do that. And I believe the ST will actually crash by doing this, because this cracked version is a complete pile of garbage. Yep, system halted. So that was Mortville Manor. Definitely a unique specimen of a game. It's a pretty nice point and click, but it gets really complicated to try to figure out the solution on your own, especially in versions that even if you try to cheat the game and use the quick solution, you could also get screwed, because it will ask you some questions about the intrigue of the game, which if you haven't actually paid attention or actually done the things that you do, you're gonna get screwed in the long run. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Mortville Manor. This was definitely enjoyable to replay, even though some of the things were pretty hard to understand. So hope to see you next time. I'm still continuing this series even after showcasing what I wanted to show, because there are many more Atari ST games, and there's still at least one more that I want to showcase from my childhood. Let me just take a look here. Yep, there's one more I actually want to showcase. Maybe two more? Not sure. Depends on when I'll decide to put this video up. So that's basically it for now, and I really hope that you enjoyed it, cause this was a doozy. Have a good day, everyone.